This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global at the Principality Stadium here in Cardiff. Joshua versus PULEV, 28th of October. Buy your tickets at
AnthonyJoshua.com.
Yeah?
Nah, I'm joking, but that is my website, official. You can get them from at the KD Way, at StubHub, from your local touts. Listen, you can get them anywhere. This is, 80,000 seat stadium, so there's more than enough for everyone to come along and enjoy a great night of boxing.
So, this is definitely not Nigeria.
Nigeria? No, it definitely ain't, is it?
I got slated for that.
It's a bit of banter, do you know what I mean? This must have been on your mind, though.
What? No, but everyone was like, oh, did you see Joshua check that reporter geezer? I'm like, they didn't quite get it, but yeah, it's definitely not Nigeria.
How did you feel about it?
What?
Did you?
I said it in a kind of like, I didn't say ignorantly.
No,
I just genuinely meant I've never been in Nigeria in my life. Which I haven't. I said it like that, but yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's just forget about it. Let's go for a drink and knock it on the head.
Knock it on the head. Last time we spoke, you were kind of in that phase where waiting for KLITSCHKO to make up his mind. But you thought that, which everyone did, he would take that rematch, and he didn't. So, thought process behind him retiring and not taking this rematch with you?
I think when he was saying he's obsessed and that loss was a mistake and he wants to regain the titles and become three-time heavyweight champion of the world, you assume that you fail at the first hurdle, you keep on going. That's life, right? So I kind of assume that this man is determined to recapture the heavyweight division. So I knew I was going to face a tough challenger in KLITSCHKO. So when he lost, I thought, okay, he's going to go again and give it another shot. And I was really looking forward to it because I wanted to prove myself as well. Even though I won, I wanted to show I could have got him out early on if I didn't make a couple of mistakes. No problem. But I respect the decision he made. The man's had a phenomenal career and he's an ambassador of the sport, even in retirement. So he took a lot away from that night. Even though he lost, he gained a lot of fans and respect. And he gained my respect as well. So I wish him well in retirement. And, you know, I had to reset my plans and kind of look forward. And we're here now, Principality Stadium.
Did any part of you, when you heard that he'd retired that morning, did you think, oh, thank fuck I ain't going to go through that again?
Nah, mate. It was like, oh, man. If you know me, like, I have fun with this thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I just bring a bit of life. Because
that would have been in Vegas as well. I knew a different thing for you as well.
It would have been good. It would have been fun for everyone. Journalists, promoters, fans, fighters on the undercard, because we would have brought out a lot of fresh talent from the UK to have a good opportunity to fight in Vegas. So it's good for everyone, but it didn't happen. So we've got to be a little bit more patient, and that fight will happen one day out in the States. But for now, we're here in another great stadium in the UK.
Does anything in that fight that you were critical of against KLITSCHKO, does PULEV look at that and think gain any more confidence from that performance against KLITSCHKO?
Yeah, of course, and that's how people are, innit? They watch YouTube and they gain confidence off of everyone's mistakes. But you know, it's completely different when you're inside the ring with someone. So I've learned not to take too much away from what I see on tapes. So yeah, I made mistakes, and that's what training for a new fight is about, is ironing out each and every mistake that I've made. And I think it's a blessing now, because from Molina to KLITSCHKO, from KLITSCHKO to PULEV, these are the first 2 times I could actually work on my technique, because every fight since I started boxing has been championships. 2008 started, 9 ABAs, 9 Haringey Box Cup, 9 novices, 10 was GBs, ABAs, getting onto the Olympic team, Europeans, 11 World Championships, TAMA tournaments, 12 Olympics, 14 or something turned pro, Commonwealth. Do you know what I mean? It's been back to back, so it's always been like just training to get ready for a fight. Now I can work on my technique, and where I go back to the question you asked is that the good thing about fighting PULEV now is that I've had time between the KLITSCHKO fight and this fight to really go back to just working on slipping shots and defending and rolling. And I want to improve as a boxer. And there's guys like Canelo out there that are doing all this with sticks, and Linares and Luke Campbell that are doing all this phenomenal training that I want to get involved in, because if I do it 1,000 times, that one time I need it should pay off, and I want to get better. Definitely, I want to get better, and I think I've got the time to do it now. I'm not worrying about, oh, I've got a fight in the next 3 weeks. I'm going to fight next year after this, so I can go back to basics and learn my skills.
Are you okay with where the situation regarding the WBA is? Because it's unclear whether Wilder's going to fight Ortiz and how that implicates you for your next fight. Touch wood, everything goes well for you come October 28th, but your path and for the next sort of 2 fights could be sort of semi-maxed out. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I knew I had to fight PULEV, so all this stuff that was like, oh, he's got 5 days to make a decision. I'm still defending my WBA belt. Like, we're prepared. We're in preparation for anything in and outside the ring. That's how I roll. That's how I make sure that everyone's on top of their business, because I'm staying on top of mine in the ring. So yeah, WBA, we'll defend that after. Well, providing I get through this, I'll have to defend all the belts. I don't really know what Wilder's doing or what Ortiz is doing. That's got nothing to do with me. With all due respect, I have to focus on defending my titles against PULEV, and I knew I had to fight PULEV if I didn't get the rematch with KLITSCHKO. I knew that, do you know what I mean? And after the fight with KLITSCHKO, if we rematched, I knew I had to fight PULEV because he's been my mandatory for over a year. So that's just how it goes, and we're here. God willing, I'll win. I'll bounce on and defend any other mandatory challenger that I have to defend against to make sure I keep the titles.
Can you see a possible fight next summer with David Haye? Can you visualise that?
I don't really want to start mentioning other fighters.
I mentioned him. You're just responding.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? Every time I mention another fighter, it's like you build something up that ain't even there. I'm just staying relevant for who I'm fighting. I'm relevant for fighting PULEV right now. I'm not relevant for Wilder, with all due respect, for Ortiz or for Haye. I'm just relevant for fighting Wilder, and I need to stay relevant for what I'm doing. Let that fight happen, then I'll start talking about it, because everyone mentions my name, and every time I mention theirs back, it's, oh, Anthony, ready to fight. I'm relevant for PULEV, and that's where my focus is right now. You get me?
I get you. Kind of.
I can better, mate.
All right, geezer. Talking to Eddie Earn today, obviously the card's taking shape. We kind of know who's going to be on it.
You happy with the undercard?
Semi-happy.
Fuck yeah.
What? You asked.
Yeah, get a load of this fella. Go on.
Well, no, I think it needs like a Dylan White on the card.
What?
Yeah, it needs a Dylan White on the card.
He goes zooming up there. His face is on that poster about you need a Dylan White.
For the undercard. I think.
Hey, they should put my head in a little picture of Dylan White somewhere as well.
For the undercard, it needs a Dylan White on this card.
You know what you need? It needs heavyweight action.
Yeah, that's so. There you go.
It don't matter who it is, it needs heavyweight action. Everyone likes to see knockouts, the big men swing it down. Listen, it's good for Dylan to get on the undercard because it gives him a viewing on HBO, a viewing on Showtime, a viewing on Sky, a different audience, do you know what I mean? And it's a great opportunity for him. And he is always talking about, if the money's right, I'll fight. It's good. It's a good opportunity for him to make some money as well. So, yeah, it doesn't need a Dylan White, but it gives Dylan White a great opportunity to perform on the undercard if need be. Because you said you're semi-happy, which means semi is 50%, a half, isn't it, of a full circle. So the other full circle, you're saying me, Lawrence Okoli, Buatsi, Joe Cordina, Katie Taylor, Cal Yafai is half, and then the other half is Dylan.
I've got a 3/4 semi. Take from that what you will.
I'm just speaking facts on what you said.
I just a couple more fights, and then
a couple more.
A couple more fights. That's what I'm just going from what your promoter says.
Give me one sec. Eddie, bump them ticket prices up, mate. We need a couple more undercard fights. You know
but you're one that's always been adamant that your undercard has got to be,
but I think that, yeah, it's good to have heavyweight action on the undercard for sure, but I don't think it needs anyone to kind of make
When I say needs, I just,
I'm just saying, I don't think it actually needs anyone. I think looking at Katie Taylor fighting for a world title, Cal Yafai defending his world title, Joe Cordina, the Welsh Wizard, phenomenal amateur career. Lawrence Okoli, cruiserweight, who's up and coming, making noise in the cruiserweight division. Joshua Buatsi, we all know of Joshua Buatsi, the Ghanaian nightmare, causing all sorts of problems in the division. Only 2 fights in, defending the WBA, IB, bloody these alphabet letter belts that I'm carrying around at the minute. It's great. I don't think it needs much more. It's got everything it needs, but anything that's can add to it is a bonus. That's where I'm coming from. It doesn't need anything.
Okay. It'd be nice.
Yeah,
how about that then? It'd be nice. A couple more fights on there.
Yeah.
Couple of heavyweight fridge freezers on there. It'd be all right.
Who else? Dylan White, But then who's Dylan going to fight? That's the question. It's
We're
not just
talking
about
Lucas
throwing
Brown.
people.
That'd be a
Do you think Lucas Brown?
Decent scrap, that would. Between Dylan and Lucas.
I think he's above a Lucas Brown scrap. I think he can, I think he's above that.
Eddie's talking about Gerald Miller, people like Dominic Brazil, but Brazil
He's fighting Stavern. Who
So,
else is there?
Hellenius.
That's a good one. I like the Hellenius and Dylan fight.
So when Eddie has one of these undercard fights, does he ring you up and go, I've got this fight, what do you think?
Listen.
Is that what happens?
I'm just a fighter, mate. I'm just a fighter.
Does that happen, or does he tell you that he's done this fight?
I'm just fighting. If the show goes good, I was all over it.
You own the show, though. That's what we're led to believe, so.
If the show goes well, I was all over it. If the show bombs, Eddie Hearn done everything. Eddie does a great job at what he does, and I give him credit. Listen, I'm not a promoter. I'm a fighter. I have an active say if I want anything to change, but
Where's your hat from? Sorry.
we'll get to that. The supporters and fans right now know where the hat and merchandise is from. www.anthonyjoshua.com. All merchandise available. But Eddie does a great job, and that's why I work with Eddie. Do you know what I mean? So it's not about taking credit; it's about giving credit where credit's due.
Congratulations on your award from GQ. That was looked quite some event.
Yeah, scrub off and that, throw in a little 2-piece, and there we go. Collect an award, and we're back in the gym. Life of a modern day athlete, eh?
Yeah. I thought your speech was quite, in your words, very humble.
Hashtag, forgot that.
What's the crack with Liam Gallagher then? I'll ask you.
LG, my boy. Yeah, he's one of the boys, isn't he? Stay true to who he is. Didn't let the industry change him, and people respect him for it. Massively talented at what he does. I'm sure he could sell this place out 2 times over. Shaking your head there.
No. I came to watch Oasis here.
Yeah.
In 2009.
Yeah. Nah, he's phenomenal. What he does, stay true to himself, and he's great at what he does. And I think that's the main thing in anything that you do. As long as you're good at what you do, people accept you for who you are, and I think that's what Liam Gallagher represents. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you don't want to fight him then?
Nah. I'd rather have Liam Gallagher on my team.
Yeah.
I could just imagine one of them. He's like, "You what, mate?" They only just start taking off the shirt.
No, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, I'd rather have him on my side than against me.
Absolutely. Just to finish up on, obviously I know it's a bit old news now, but what did you make of the whole Mayweather-McGregor thing?
That's the thing about the sport. It's like it's built up to be the biggest thing in boxing history, and we're calling it old news maybe 2 weeks on. And I'm learning that's just how the game goes. Do you know what I mean? It was good while it lasted, and now people are saying, what's next? We're hungry for sports. We're hungry for entertainment. That's where I'm coming from, is that these nights here are built up not just on myself, but they want to see the Cordinas. It takes all of us to kind of make it work. Not all of these people make half, and it just takes one person to fill in the other half. Do you know what I mean? That's not how it really goes. It takes everyone to kind of keep on giving back to the sport. And they're gone. Canelo gives their bit. Triple G gives their bit. I'll give my bit. Probably David Haye will give his bit. His ankle's better now. Bellew might give his bit, and then it goes round in a circle. Like Klitschko, me and Klitschko, great night. It's done. What's next? We're here. It's just how it goes. So great while it lasted.
You give Conor props for?
Yeah, listen, he stepped into the Lions then. He done his best and come up short against one of the greatest. And it's a shame because he called out Mayweather and said he wanted to fight him. He's the king of boxing, but realised that boxing is a very tough sport. You can have all the heart and stuff, but it's tougher than just brawns and strength. You need the smarts as well. And Mayweather's been doing this since like 3 or 4 years old, so he's been schooled well. And as you said, now we're going on to Canelo and Triple G. So yeah, it's just on to the next one, isn't it?
Are you backing for that?
Canelo. It's going to be a tough ask because Triple G seems one-track minded. Boom, forward. Canelo likes to slip, box, brawl, so he has a lot of mental space he has to fill in as well as physical, because he has to keep Triple G away physically and think of how do I get out of the way of these bombs that are coming at me. So he has double the amount of pressure to deal with. It seems that Triple G is just one-track minded, a killer. brother.
All right.
Well, what else?
Anthony Joshua. No, have you not given up, but you're still looking? Nigeria will be a destination you will fight at some point. No, seriously, I'm kind of interested. I'm not.
Nah, Nigeria. Nigeria. You can always make anything happen. It's modern day sports. Anything's possible. As I said, when I gave you the options between the two, if you was to pick one, except for the history of the sport, Nigeria weighs up a better option from time, how close it is, and stuff. It could happen. It just has to be the right fight. I think me and a Wilder, God willing, that fight comes off, which it has to, would be good for Nigeria. But then it's good for Vegas as well. So you never know. But they don't have no stadiums in Vegas, do they? Do you know what I mean? So it's how many people want to witness it, how many people want to see it. That's what stadium fights are about. It's giving the masses of people an option to witness a heavyweight showdown.
Just a quick prediction on Hughie Fury and Parker next week.
It's a good fight. It's good for the division. Good luck to Hughie. Good luck to Parker. I think Hughie's a really good boxer. Gets behind his jab, but I think Parker's maybe a bit too strong for him. And I think later on in the rounds, Parker might start getting to him. So I'll predict a late stoppage for Parker.
Cool.
Your prediction?
Hughie win points.
Yeah. Okay. Why are you saying Parker behind the camera?
I'm
joking. I'm bantering. I'm pulling his leg.
Goosey soup.
A goosey soup? No, I'm pulling his leg. But good luck to both of them. I'm glad they're getting it on. It's good for the sport.
Anthony Joshua, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and we'll catch up with you soon. I'll come up to Sheffield, actually.
Yeah, come up, man. You're more than welcome. You know what I mean? Get a little something else to talk about, and give you a little bit more of me talking a load of bollocks.
Sounds good to me, son. KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, Anthony Joshua, thank you very much.
God bless, mate.